Hi, welcome to my craft room. Carol Gatton, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and look what I've made for you. I'm going to be doing a technique each and every month, and this is the baby wipe technique for June, and I have typed up all the instructions for you step by step so it's easy to follow, and I want everyone to have one. So with any purchase that you make for the month of June, you will receive this technique card. And I will have the image all stamped and the name for you. The items that you're going to need, a definite, is the craft mat. That's a must. You will need a piece of the Whisper White cardstock, and I'll have that on the screen for you. And my choice of the baby wipes is the Huggies One and Done. They are thick and absorbent. They hold their moisture. They stay wet for a long time. And so this is what I would prefer to use, and I think you'll be real happy with it. 3 of the re-inkers. And for our stamp set, we want a line image, and then we want a solid image. And this is the Papillon Potpourri stamp set. And next, I have written in my instructions to quarter this, but because this is a smaller stamp, I'm going to fold it into thirds and then fold it over again. You are literally making a ink pad, and so because of that, you want that to be as plush as possible. This is the specific point, and you start with the darkest color. You may choose to use rubber gloves to keep your hands clean, but if you're careful, you won't get that much on your hands. Secondly, you want to go with the next color in depth, and that is our Lucky Limeade. And third, the lightest color, and that's our Melon Mambo. And you want to be generous with this ink. This is really important because if you don't put very much down, you won't have that much to go onto your stamps. And I had people in my class that did that, and so all of theirs turned out real light. Okay, so next you want to just a strip of paper towel that you've tore, and then twist that, because you're going to go around the edges of this. And this is really important because you will end up with lines around that butterfly, and you're not going to like that look. Okay, so now we're going to go up in the left corner and stamp, and then we're just going to keep repeating this process over and over. So now let's just repeat that. We will re-ink, we will clean around the edges, and then we are ready to stamp it again, and this time to the right. And these two are quite close in appearance, so this time we're going to angle that stamp so that we get a little bit more variation of color. Don't forget the cleaning around the edges. Nag, nag, nag. I'm sorry, but you're going to be sorry if you don't. Okay, bring in your piece of paper and press that down, and that's a moderate pressure on that. And now I am cleaning this thoroughly because now I am going to turn this baby wipe around, and I'm going to change the color scheme here and have it the Melon Mambo at the top. And you can add more ink at any time, and I'm adding more to extend that out so that I get the wings thoroughly covered. And so now, after we've cleaned around the edge, we are ready to stamp once again. And you could stop right there, but I'm going to show you an idea on how to make this just a little more dramatic. But isn't that pretty? This lovely floral butterfly is also part of that set, and we're going to use this and separate it and raise it up on the card portion. So I'm cleaning this off thoroughly. Did you see how that was bubbling up around the edge of that? Okay. Whoops, that's a little bit lighter than I would like it. So I'm just going to re-angle that stamp and try it again. Let's see, I'll get a little more of the blue. Aha, that's what I'm going for. Much better. And then in that set is that little butterfly, and I'm going to stamp off a few of those. I think that would be really pretty to have that for the inside of my card. You can get a lot of stampings out of this little ink pad. Now we're ready to just toss that out, and I recommend that you clean that off immediately. Use your stamp cleaner and just go over that thoroughly, and most of that will come up. You're going to see a little bit more on mine because I've used mine so many times. And doesn't that look pretty? And then these are some other ones that I've made. I've got extra ones made, so when you order, I will have a card to send you. Okay, now here's what I'm going to do that adds a little variation. Now this is the solid image, and I'm going into that curve on that top left butterfly, and I'm putting moderate pressure, and you're going to see that you have a ridge of ink, and you want to get rid of that because we're going to continue to stamp with this stamp set. So take that little piece of paper towel that you wadded up and just tap, tap, tap and get rid of that. Now this is super important. You want to make sure you go around those edges. Even though you may not see any ink at all, you're going to be putting much more pressure now that you're doing the second stamping, and you will do a third stamping. So there's our second one. And now for our third one, we will do that up at the top. And this time you're really putting the pressure on that to get that to show up. Doesn't that look pretty? And we will be cutting those out, and that's kind of the look you're going to get. It's going to begin to look really messy because these will overlap, but it's going to look great at the end. Okay, I'm going to join the two together with that solid image, and because I did not stamp off the edge of my paper, I can continue to just stamp. And there we go for our second and third. Now we'll just repeat that for the last two, and I will catch a portion of that wing, get rid of that, and keep going. As I told you a while ago, I'm going to be doing a technique each month, and I will be having the technique cards for you. So with any purchase that you make, you will receive one of the technique cards as well as one of these cards as my special thank you, for I really appreciate you being my customer. And let's see, let's try it down here at the bottom, and we have one more stamping. How about at the top? And there we go. Let's see, I think I can get a fourth stamping at the bottom, and I did. Yay. Okay, that may look kind of messy to you right now, but when we finish with it, it's going to be gorgeous. Girls, here is the baby wipe card that I have for you, the technique card, and I hope you will take advantage of this, and thank you. Until next time.